We got Bunfest. I'll see later if they have the golden eggs. They should, but we'll check that out in a second. Got some random people just doing some random stuff over there. Either way, step number 1, go over here to this guy over here. Just press E, whatever that is, on console. Alright, so for step number 2, pretty much you want to go to one of the areas that it says. I don't really know if it works in the other areas. I find that geotopside's pretty decent, so just go here. You want to look for these eggs, just shoot it, and it should count towards your thing. And they're pretty small. You might miss it, but I believe in you. You guys can find them. Just make sure you have some like sharp eyes and just kind of check them out. But sometimes they don't count towards the objective for whatever reason, so just keep on finding more, and eventually you'll get your 3 out of 3. Alright, so for the next part of the quest, you have to go to Candoria, and you just have to fight the lag. There's really nothing else you can do. Just fight the enemies. They kind of just turned into like egg-like creatures. So just keep fighting them. You guys got this, I believe. Just if you see this, then you're kind of cooked. It's kind of Jover, but just keep on fighting these enemies. Eventually you'll get to 25 and we can just move on. Although if you're on console, I'm pretty sure you guys don't see this, but either way. And there we go. That's how you complete that. It took me forever to just load. That's just the thing that you have to kind of fight in this thing. So for step number 4, in the Candoria biome again, you just want to look for the egg and you want to defeat the boss. So a little trick with this, I think you can do this with the water primordial as well, but if you have fortress, you can kind of just bomb through the dungeon over here. So as you can see, we got that part, and we can just go through the portal, and there's the boss right there. So that's how you complete that. So for step number 5, you just want to defeat the Bunfest Delves. It looks like 5 bosses, so you're gonna have to go through quite a bit of these. I just joined some random group, and to craft the portal, you just go back to the hub and go to that left side with the benches, and you just go ahead and craft the portal. And I'll meet you back when I complete all 5. So I guess according to loading over here, you need 9k crystals to craft golden eggs, which I don't know if that scales. I don't know how that's exactly gonna work, but that's just insane. And in case you guys were wondering, in the styles tab, there is a new pack that's out right now. And if you're missing old Bunfest packs, then you're probably gonna see that under deals or new. So stay on the lookout for those if you're trying to go for rank 1 mastery. Alright, so there is a chance the delve could just end straight up like that, like the biome. So you can go ahead and come over here to this event area, go to the Bunfest station, and the depth steppers are going to be here. I'm going to craft the Buntopia one. Just make sure you have some chocolates, and then you'll get the coins just from the quest. So go ahead and craft it, and it should let you start it at whichever depth. So you can start it at a pretty low one. I'll just go 115 because why not? Just gotta do one more boss. So every 3rd depth. The thing that's annoying about this is that you have to do 5 bosses, so that means you have to do 15 delves of this stuff. So it's gonna take a while, but either way, I'll just meet you back when I do all 5. And there we go. That's pretty much that completed. If you do craft that first Buntopia Delve gateway that I did, it looks like it does repeat, so that'll be a lot easier when you're trying to complete the quest. So just craft the first Delve portal and you'll be good to go. Alright, so for the next part of the quest, you want to go back to Candoria, just fight the lag, and pretty much you want to find these dungeons over here, the ones with the egg hunt. So you'll just have to activate this, and you'd pretty much just break a bunch of chests. I would like wait a little bit and make sure it's like a little bit less laggy in your world before you start it, because you are timed. You might not make it in time, and if you do have the boss radar mod, this will help out because then you can actually locate the eggs over here. But if you're on console, just look around everywhere and just try to fight all of these. And if you lag, then it's kind of a GG because you're not going to be able to hit them all. Alright, thank god, dude. I was like running on fumes there. I was like about to not do that in time. Luckily, if you have a couple of people doing this with you, it's a little bit better, but man, that is rough. For step number 7, looks like we got to do some dailies, so come back to the event area. There's 3 guys over here. I'm just gonna do the hidden eggs, and I'll just do egg dungeons. It'll probably be a little bit better in geotopside, so let me go get fortress. And it'll be laggy, but I think it'll be a little bit less laggy, so I can actually find eggs and do the dungeons. I think you'll find more of these dungeons in geotopside, so just keep at it. And I guess I'll meet you back when I complete these dailies. And there we go. That's the dailies done. Pretty easy. Nothing too tricky about that. For step number 8, looks like we gotta make a donation, so go over here to the Bunfest station, and over here you can donate some chocolate, so I'll go ahead and do that. I'll just do 1, and I guess this one we just open the leaderboard, so just press K, whatever that is on console. That's also pretty easy. Talk to Leporus. Looks like that's gonna be this person over here. Alright, we got back-to-back easy quests, not too bad. And trade chocolate to Lepora. So looks like we need refined chocolate. So I guess we're gonna have to farm some more Bunfest chocolate. So I guess we're gonna have to do more of those dungeons. So make sure you have fortress, or just, I don't know, do those egg dungeons, and I'll meet you back when I get enough of the chocolate. Also, if you do play Shadowhunter, you can just go to the bottom and just do the boss that way. So that'll probably be easier, but if you're fighting the lag, then it's not gonna be easy, as you can see right here. But yeah, pretty easy with Shadowhunter if you can just not just deal with the lag pretty much. That's pretty much it. Also, while you're doing this, you can also collect the eggs, which will give you chocolate, so that's another thing you can do. All right, it took me a while, but make sure you do that other quest so you can actually get the coin. If you're lucky enough, if you donate enough, you can get a chance for the coin. And pretty much you just want to keep on converting these things to the refined chocolate. And once you've done enough dungeons, got your chocolate, you go to this Lepora person and you get whatever this is. So just go ahead and craft that. Looks like it is a random ally, so I'll just go ahead and learn it. And for step number 12, looks like we go back to Sir Cubesley, and that's about it. And that is how you complete the Bunfest events. At least just the questline, not the entire event. The rest of it is just going to be doing the egg dungeons and then the egg find thing, and then some delves to go with it. So this event took me about an hour to do. It might take you a little bit less, might take you a little bit more, depending on how fast you do certain stuff. Doing the whole conversion stuff took me like probably the longest amount of time. And there's a ton of mastery items you can get in this, so feel free to potentially collect these and save them for later. You can probably sell these down the line and get some flux. And then there's this interesting banner that you can get. It's you 10% experience gained. So if you're trying to get some XP, it's pretty handy. I've been getting a ton of these banners, and if you don't need it, just go ahead and loot collect it. Because it looks like you can get the chocolate from just loot collecting these as well. So go ahead and loot collect it if you don't need those things. You will need a ton of chocolates, so you may as well loot collect them since you probably won't need them. And then as far as the banner goes, you can just keep one banner you want to get the XP. And I'll probably make a separate video on this, but if you guys want to get the golden eggs, I've been hearing people saying you can get them from Candoria. There's probably an NPC you have to find in there. I just heard that it was 9k crystals. If you don't know how to get crystals, I have guides on this. You can shadow shard farm. And I'm probably going to be asleep, but there is going to be the Luxion update that is going to be dropping. So the trial stuff, all that good stuff. I say good stuff, it's really not good stuff. That dragon is going to take forever to farm. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. We'll see you all later.